What's up, everybody? It's the Week 8 Fox NFL Cheat Sheet. I'm Peter Schrager, and here are my thoughts. Number one, are the Chiefs done? Are the Chiefs done for good? That's the question that I'm asking this week. Look, Sunday's effort in Tennessee was an all-time low for this team, even worse than the Super Bowl last year. They had no pizzazz, they had no juice, they had no mojo. And it's not just the defense. Now the offense doesn't seem to be doing anything either. They lead the league in turnovers. That's not causing turnovers or takeaways. No, that's giving the ball away. And I don't know. It doesn't seem like they have the magic they had last year. Now, everyone will say, hang tight, hang tight. They got Mahomes, they got Tyreek, they got Halsey, hang tight. I just have fear because I have seen this before. I go back to the Seattle Seahawks of the mid-2000s and talking about a team that in Russell Wilson's first year, they go to the divisional round and lose, and they win the Super Bowl. They win the Super Bowl, then they go back to the Super Bowl the next year, and they fall on the Malcolm Butler interception. And it's like, all right, don't worry, Seattle will be back. They'll be back again, and then Seattle never got back. They paid their quarterback, guys left, things changed, the mojo was gone, and now Seattle's a shell of that version of the team. Could this happen to Kansas City? I don't know, but it's going to take a concerted effort from Andy Reid and from Eric Bieniemy and from Patrick Mahomes to say, that's not going to be us. This team doesn't look like they're having fun. They don't look like they've got the same juice, and they certainly don't look as crisp as they used to. We can blame the defense all we want, but there was something fun about watching this Chiefs team the last few years, and that is gone right now. I don't know how to find it, but it left Seattle and it never came back. I hope that's not the case for Kansas City. Number two, Cincinnati Bengals are not going anywhere. That win on Sunday against the Ravens in Baltimore was massive. Not only to make a statement on the national stage and to say, hey, this is who we are, but it was a statement to the Ravens, who have just been beaten up on in the last few years. It has been one of the most lopsided rivalries the last 3 seasons. Lamar Jackson had never lost to Cincinnati. They go in there into their building and they punch them in the mouth. I mean, this was a beatdown, and a real beatdown that included a defense that put the clamps on Lamar Jackson. All the analytics show it. Cincinnati's rush defense has been really good all season, and that point was made very clear with bottling up Lamar Jackson like no other defense has this season. Here's the thing about Cincinnati. We know Joe Burrow, we know Jamar Chase. We're gonna give them the headlines. Their defense is really good. They're 5th in the league, and they're the only team in the league to not give up 24 points in a game this season. It's made up of a cast of characters that we might not be very familiar with. I did not know when Eli Apple joined the Bengals. He's playing well. I didn't remember when Trey Hendrickson signed his deal with the Bengals. He's playing awesome. And guys across that defense are stepping up and playing huge roles. Cincinnati's defense is legit. Burrow's the man, and Jamar Chase is a sensation. I don't think the Bengals are going anywhere. I think they're headed to January football, and they've already got that psychological edge over a Ravens team that has had it the last several years. Number 3, big question. Is Matt Ryan underrated? Ooh, that one got people on Twitter going wild. People don't like to talk about Matt Ryan as underrated because they see Matt Ryan for what he isn't. They don't see the arm of Matthew Stafford. They don't see the success of Tom Brady. They don't see Rodgers. They don't see the fun that you get in Lamar or Mahomes. Yeah, here we are, and Matt Ryan has his team 3-3 in the thick of it, and he was awesome Sunday against the Dolphins. So clutch in the end, hitting Kyle Pitts, and this is the first time in his career that he has an offensive head coach behind him. This is Arthur Smith and him just gelling and finding each other. They've now won 2 straight games. Of course, it was against the Jets and of course against the Dolphins, but they are 3-3, and the Atlanta Falcons are in the thick of things, and Matt Ryan is getting better and better and better every week. Arthur Smith came out and his quote was this. He said, Matt Ryan is criminally underrated. You look at the career ranks of all the active quarterbacks, yeah, it's Brady 1 and it's Roethlisberger 2, but it's like Aaron Rodgers, Matt Ryan, Stafford, he's in that second tier of guys, and he's still starting, and he still is throwing the ball with zip. I know it's not a popular take. I know people like beating up on Matt Ryan, and I know he is not everyone's favorite quarterback as far as career legacies go. Is he underrated? I think he is. I think he's still pretty darn good, and there are still chapters left to be written in his book. Number 4, Let's put some respect on Maxx Crosby's name. Yeah, Maxx Crosby, defensive end for the Las Vegas Raiders. This guy had what I would call a Palomalu-esque leap, fine, a LeVar Arrington-like leap over the line of scrimmage to tackle Jalen Hurts on a second down play in Sunday's game. Everyone's like, who's that? Now that guy's been doing it for years. This is year number 3 for Maxx Crosby. He is now paired with Yannick Ngakoue on the other side. And the Raiders suddenly have a defense. Give credit to Maxx Crosby for what he's made of his career. Here's a guy who came in as a later round pick, had a nice rookie year, second year, stepped back a bit, and now in the third year, when they need him most to be a leader, has evolved and stepped up as that guy. Crosby's story has been well documented. He battled alcohol. He came out and said, this is an issue I'm dealing with. He is now coping with sobriety, and he's been very outspoken about his own vulnerabilities. In a year where a lot of people and a lot of other teams might have fled from the adversity that's going on with Las Vegas, I think they're already moving beyond the John Gruden situation. That's because a lot of those guys, they've dealt with adversity of their own. Darren Waller, of course. Maxx Crosby, of course. You go down the list, there's a lot of guys that a lot of other teams might not have wanted on their rosters. Maxx Crosby's been awesome, and that leap over the line of scrimmage, that's no surprise to the people who watched his Raiders team every week. That guy is legit. Number 5. National Tight Ends Day kind of was a bust. Yeah, I'm allowed to say that now that we're through week 7, which was dubbed as National Tight Ends Day. And there was no George Kittle on the field. There was no Darren Waller on the field. I didn't see Travis Kelce do much. I go down the list, Kyle Pitts was the best tight end, and he's the rookie. This National Tight Ends, I'm gonna call out all the tight ends here, because it's not just those guys who are injured and obviously would have loved to have been there. If you're gonna have a day named after you, you gotta do some big things. Everyone in fantasy football had buys, everyone was picking up these tight ends, everyone was hoping Gerald Everett would do something, or Tyler Higbee would do. The tight ends were a big zero. The only tight end I wanna shout, Zach Ertz, new team, gets a touchdown, he stepped up. Come on, tight ends. You want to have a day after you? And yeah, Greg Olsen and Shannon Sharp and all the Fox guys who are tight ends, I'm talking to you. You got to step up on National Tight Ends Day. That was a letdown. Next year, tight ends, be better. All right, that was my take. I hope I don't run into any of those guys in a crowded hallway or in an open field. That's the Fox cheat sheet for week 8. Enjoy the games. We got some good ones up ahead.